Okay, good morning again, everyone. This is the second part of the advanced Photoshop assignment for this week. I just completed the one for the adjustment layers. This one is going to be working with making selection or making a mask from a selection. So in Photoshop, you can make selections around parts of an image to either move them, delete them, or just basically move things around. In this case, we're going to use the mask or the selection option to make a mask of parts of an image to remove the background from this image. Okay. So you're going to download the masking selections zip file. And we're going to be moving an image of a dancer into another image with two dancers. So I'm going to go over to Photoshop. And these are the instructions for this. I'm going to walk through it, but these are the instructions that I'm going to be doing over in Photoshop. Okay, so let me go ahead and close these. You are going to, in the previous one, I forgot to mention, you're going to save each of these files with your last name and then whatever the name of the file is. And then you're going to upload each of the images to the Canvas assignment page. Okay, so I'm not going to save any of these. You need to save them to submit them. Okay, so I'm going to go to File, Open. I'm going to go down to my masking selections folder. I'm going to open up the dancer with the white background first. And then I'm going to open up the image of the two dancers. Get this out of the way here a little bit so you can see both of them. Okay, so this is the base image that I'm going to use. It has the two dancers. The other image is a dancer with a white background. So we're going to remove the white background using a selection and creating a layer mask to mask out the background. Okay. Again, layer masks are non-destructive. They're not removing that parts of the image permanently. It's just a temporary removal. You may come back later on and want to keep that background in there. But for this case, we are just removing the background and moving the dancer into the other image. Okay, so I'm going to first get the magic wand. So about 4 tools down, you should see a little magic wand. If you see another tool selected, so it probably by default is on the object select tool. It's going to look like that, but it's the 4th set of tools down. If you click and hold on that, it'll bring up the pop-out menu of the other tools that are there. We're going to select the magic wand. So it looks like a little wand. And you're going to click anywhere inside, anywhere on the white background. And at this point, it's selecting the white background. I want the dancer to be selected. So we're going to go under the select menu, inverse. And now he is dancing. He is selected. And you can tell that he is selected by these little moving lines. I've always called them marching ants because it looks like ants marching around in a line. So if the marching ants are around him, in this case, around the dancer, you know that you have him selected. If the marching ants are going around the outer border, then that means that that background or the white area is selected. Okay, so let me do that again. Okay, so I have my magic wand. It's W on the keyboard, press W on the keyboard, and then I'll bring up the magic wand. Click anywhere in the white area around the dancer, and you can see the little marching ants around the dancer and the edge of the document. But I want the dancer itself selected. So I'm going to go to the select menu, inverse, and now those marching ants are around the dancer itself. Okay, then I'm going to go over to the layers panel, and I'm going to add a layer mask. And this is adding a mask based on the selection of the dancer. Okay, so if I click on that, layer mask, you see the layer mask icon appears. The dancer silhouette in here is white, and then the background around it is black. So that's what was removed or hidden temporarily, the background. But we still have the dancer active, or I mean, not active, but visible. The dancer is visible. Okay, so this is how your layers panel should look. You have the thumbnail of the dancer with the white background, and then you have the layer mask thumbnail next to it where you have white and black. The black area is your background. That was the original white area of the image. And then the white area is just the dancer isolated from the background. Okay, so we're going to move the dancer into the two dancers. So you can do either of the methods to bring the image in there. So if you want to do select all, copy, and then switch over to the two dancers, and then edit, paste. But I messed up there. I had the layer mask thumbnail active. So I want to make sure that I have the actual layer thumbnail active. So have the little brackets around that. Let me try that again. Copy. And then paste. Okay. So that method does not work. The copy paste method does not work for this because it's still recognizing it as a entire image as opposed to it being masked out. So you will have to use the move tool method where you click any or select the move tool, hold down your mouse anywhere over the dancer. You're going to hold it down and you're going to drag up here to the dancers tab. Make sure it becomes active, and it should. It's going to pop out to the front. And then you're going to continue to hold down your mouse and you're going to move into the image or the canvas. And then you're going to let go of your mouse and your image of the dancer should appear without the white background. Okay, so the copy and paste method will not work for this particular version or this particular assignment. You're going to have to use the move tool option to move the dancer from the one dancer to the image of the two dancers. Okay, so let me do that again. So I'm going to have the dancer with the white background active. I'm going to go to my move tool. I'm going to hold down my mouse. I'm going to drag up to the two dancer tab. Once it becomes active and pops up in the front, I'm going to continue to hold down my mouse button And then I'm going to come here in the canvas or the work area of this particular image, still holding down my mouse. And then I'm going to let go. And then I can reposition the dancer. Now, if you want to make him smaller, you can. But if you want to make it look like he's in the front and the other two dancers are farther to the back, you can do that as well. But if you want to make him smaller and make it look like he's the same size as the other two dancers, you're going to go under the edit menu, free transform. It's going to give you the bounding box around the edge. So the blue line, and then you're going to resize it. Now remember, if you try to resize this, say I go ahead and make him really small like that, apply that transformation either with the return key or by clicking on the check mark up there. And I decide that I want him to be larger again. And you try to make it bigger, it may pixelate a little bit and look a little bit not as clear as it was to begin with. So I have only had this, that's the last thing I did. So I can do Command Z, Command or Control Z, and it'll step back and undo that transformation. But say I had done a couple things and then decided that I wanted to come back and make him larger. It may, again, like I said, pixelate or look kind of fuzzy if you try to do that. So kind of judge it first. So when you do the free transform under the edit menu or Command T, kind of judge how it looks first before you apply it. To make sure that that's the right size that you want it to be. Okay, so now I've made him smaller, so I kind of make it look like he's farther back in the scene. Okay. But I think I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. But again, that's up to you. You don't have to resize it if you don't want to. You can leave it the full size when you bring it in. That's fine. I just made him a little bit smaller. And then using the move tool, you can position him wherever you want in the document. Okay, you can push him down here. Like he's kind of more on the ground. And those two are jumping up. So that's however you want to do it on this one. Okay. In that folder, I have also given you a big room and a piano. And this is just an additional, it's optional, you don't have to do it. But to experiment with those same steps that we just did with the dancer, you would make a selection around the piano, and then you would bring that piano into the big room and set it on the ground. Okay. But only thing that's required for this assignment are the two dancers to move this dancer into the image with the two dancers. And then when you're done with this, you're going to save it with your last name and then upload this to Canvas as well. Okay, so you can upload them as you finish them, each section of them, or you can upload them all when you get done with all the images together. Okay, so this concludes the second part of the advanced Photoshop lecture. This was the masking selections part of the assignment. I'm going to go ahead and record the third part of this, which is you're going to create a composite image. I'm going to provide you with some images, and you're going to create a composite image and experiment with the adjustment layers and the blending modes as well. Okay, so again, any questions you have, don't hesitate to ask me. And then I will help you with those questions. Okay.